Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the session on Enigma of Lean. In this session 3, I would like to share with you some of the developments that have taken place in the arena of manufacturing systems in the last 100 years. Way back in 1906, Henry Ford established the first mass production manufacturing system on the basis of a concept called process layout, or it's also often called functional layout. There's a little bit of background behind the challenges faced by Henry Ford in establishing a complex manufacturing system, first of its kind, to produce a motor car which has got complex mechanisms. There was a shortage of manpower in the US that time. Particularly, thinking human beings were very limited. That's what the historical records show, that Henry Ford has to think hard in establishing a manufacturing system for producing motor cars of large volume. He had no references available for him to go and see other manufacturing companies because there were no such similarities that he can consider as a reference for him. So he was moving around in multiple kind of business models, and in one of the articles it is recorded that Henry Ford visited a butcher's shop in order to see how the large volumes of animals are being processed for their meat. He happened to get a flash of an idea which is essentially led to the concept of thinkers and doers, basis on which this Ford manufacturing system was established. What he found was the processing of the animal right from the time they are slaughtered till the meat is processed. The various activities are divided into multiple processes, and the people have been trained to do that piece of work, finally putting them together in terms of converting live animal into a package of meat. So this gave rise to the concept of thinkers and doers, later called, where he thought that large number of less educated, less skilled people have to be employed for manufacturing a complex motor car. He has to divide the people into thinkers and doers. The thinkers were given the job of designing jigs and fixtures and standard operating procedures, which can be subsequently trained with the less skilled, less educated employees. So that is the way the process manufacturing system was evolved. In the first 30 years of the motor car manufacturing, the main focus was how to produce this complex gadget in large numbers. So that is the way the mass production was given much of importance than any other aspect of the products. Later on in the mid-30s, more number of car manufacturing companies came into existence. This has led to the competition that you may have to produce cars with a higher quality so that they are in a position to attract the customers and retain them. That's the period on which the quality concepts have been brought about, particularly the statistical technique by Stewart, which subsequently developed into a science later. So the quality consciousness started in the mid-30s and then evolved over a period of time. The concepts have been changing in terms of the focus from the management, starting from the delivery focus in the first 30 years of this century, which got shifted into quality focus after the 1935 or so. And right from the 40s onwards, the cost consciousness came into existence. When you manufacture a complex gadget like a motor car, there will be a lot of cost elements which will creep into the product, which eventually makes the product less competitive in the marketplace. Particularly when the competition starts setting in, everyone tries to ensure that they produce a better motor car with less quality problems at a less cost, which will mean a competitive advantage for the manufacturers. So in this context, when the cost consciousness came into existence, how to identify the cost elements which can be optimized became an important aspect to consider. This is the time the F.W. Taylor brought in the idea of work measurement and the concept of productivity. So the basis of the time and motion study came into existence in order to optimize the manufacturing time and effort, thereby reducing the cost. So as things progress from delivery to quality to cost consciousness, people never discovered how with less effort you will be able to manufacture your products, which gave rise to lots of developments in the later part of 60s when the Toyota production system came into existence. The various stages in which the last century has seen in terms of the manufacturing competency, it's very interesting to see how these developments have taken place, which finally emerged into a science of lean management. Going forward, we will take each and every element of this developments and understand how the science of lean management came into existence and evolved into a more focused improvement initiative of many of the manufacturing companies these days. I hope this session must have given you a little more insights into the developments of the manufacturing systems in the current century. I will cover in the next session how the various scientific developments and inventions and discoveries have aided the manufacturing system progressively. And then we will deep dive into the subject of lean management element by element to understand how this can be applied for making the organization to become more profitable. Thank you very much for your patient listening and look forward to see you in the next episode where we will deep dive into the subject of lean thinking. Take care. God bless you with good health and prosperity.